Hello everyone, I'm Deepika. I'm working as a software engineer at Winfomi. So today's session is we'll be seeing how we can design APIs using MuleSoft. So today's agenda is like introduction to MuleSoft, API-led connectivity layers, API specification, design center, RAML, publish to exchange, and hands-on. So introduction to MuleSoft. MuleSoft is a integration platform used to connect applications, data, devices using APIs. So to be industry specific, so why companies use MuleSoft? So today companies use many different systems such as databases, CRM systems like Salesforce, ERP system, mobile apps, cloud applications. All the systems store different types of data and need to communicate with each other to complete business tasks. When a customer places an order in mobile app, the order details need to go to different systems like inventory system, payment system, shipping system. Every system connects directly to all the others. There will be too many connections. This makes the system complex, difficult to manage, and hard to maintain. This is where MuleSoft helps. MuleSoft is an integration platform that helps different systems and connect and share data using APIs. Instead of building many complicated connections, MuleSoft allows companies to create reusable APIs, act like bridges between systems. So one of the most important concept in MuleSoft is API-led connectivity. So in this approach, APIs are organized into three layers. The first layer is system API. This APIs connect directly to backend systems like databases, ERP, or CRM systems and expose data in a secure way. The second layer is process APIs. This APIs is combine and process data from different system APIs and based on business logic. The third layer is experience APIs. These APIs deliver the processed data to different applications like mobile apps, web apps, or partner systems, depending on what they need. By separating APIs into these three layers, MuleSoft makes integration easier to maintain and more reusable. So let's say with example like API-led connectivity organizes these three layers, which is like system layer and process layer and experience layer. So for example, a system in e-commerce, customer information might be stored in one system called customer management system. Product details like price, stock, and description might be stored in another system called product inventory system. First, system APIs connect these systems and safely expose their data. One system API provides customer data and another system API provides product data. And next, process API takes this data from both the system and combines it. It also applies business logic. For example, it can analyze the customer's past purchase, recommended products that the customer may like. Finally, the experience layer. So the experience API sends the processed information into the application that users interact with, such as mobile apps or a website. It formats the data in a way that it is easy for the user's interface to display. In simple terms, we can say system APIs is to get the data, process API combines and process the data, experience layer deliver the data to the user applications. So next is like what is API specification? When a company wants to build an API, the work does not start with coding immediately. First, the team discusses the business requirement. For example, in a banking applications, users may want to view their account details through a mobile app, and a business analyst talks with stakeholders and collects these requirements. They write down the API should do. They write down what API should do, such as what information the user will send to API, what data the API should return. Next, the system architect looks at these requirements and designs how the API should work. They decide things like API endpoints, request parameters, and the response should look like. After the design is ready, it is written as a API specification using RAML in MuleSoft Design Center. The specification clearly describes how API will work. It is reviewed, approved by both business and technical teams. Once everyone agrees, the specification becomes a contract for developers. They can start building APIs based on the design. So let's see what is MuleSoft Design Center. So Design Center is a web-based tool in Anypoint Platform used to design APIs. So it supports RAML-based API design. So let's see what is RAML. RAML is a RESTful API modeling language which is used for designing APIs in MuleSoft. It defines the structure of API like the resources, API endpoints like the URL accounts. You can see this. We'll be defining methods get, port, post, delete. inputs sent by client, like the parameters, what are the first body we can set up, what will be the response in the status code we'll be setting it up, and the data types, structure of request and response data. So for example, API design, back we'll be designing bank account API. So let's say get account summary. So we'll be setting up the endpoint, the request as a get, and the query parameter as a account number. This will be the response, right? So let's jump into MuleSoft. So MuleSoft provides a 1 month free trial account. We can use it. So first we need to sign up in MuleSoft. So then we will be logging into Anypoint platform. So here we'll be seeing different setups. One is Design Center, which is used to design and develop APIs, and which is in the Exchange. API Manager helps in managing APIs. So let's see Design Center. So here I'm creating new API specification. So we'll be creating account details API. Here we'll be having the RAML language create the API. So let's say creating a get request endpoint, which is a get account summary. So as you can see here in the right hand side, once I have created this endpoint, get account summary, you can see in the right hand side, the endpoint is created. So let's say here we'll be describing the description. So here the indentation is very important when we will be creating this API. So next part is like we'll be creating the request methods like get. So we here we'll be defining the query parameters. Let's say account number. So we'll be defining the type. So once query parameter is decided, we will be creating the response. So we'll be setting up the status code 200 body. The body is application, which is a JSON type. For example, we'll be setting here bank account number. So now we have defined one endpoint API. So we can see how this looks as a documentation part. So here you can see what will be the response, what will be the account number. So let's try it out. So here I'm giving the account number. We will send the request. So as here you can see, we can see the example data like what we have set. So in this way, we can share this documentation to the client. What will be the endpoint will look like. So here for sharing this endpoint to the client, we'll be publishing this first. Publish to Exchange. So once published, we will be seeing this in a Exchange, Anypoint Exchange. So here you can see this. This is the account details API which we have created now. Here you can see the summary, get account summary. So here you can see the complete documentation in this way. In this way, we can design the APIs. So again, we can see the next thing is like, so we can create another resource here, like create account. This is post method. We can have the query parameters. We can set the branch as a string, and we can set the body here. Say, for example, I'm giving the name. So as you can see, like here, if we make any mistakes, we can see the errors as well. So this response should come in this format. Now we'll be setting up the status code 201 body application dash home slash trace. Sorry. So now we have created the other resource. So sometimes indentation might be the issue, like we need to fix it. So yeah. So we have created the another resource as well. So now we can test this one. So as you can see this create account, let's try it out. So let's say I'm giving my branch as Chennai and I'm sending this request data. So there is some, yeah. Now you can see the account is created. So you can publish this as well to the client. So once this will be published, we can able to view from here. We can share this as well to the complete documentation. So yeah, thanks for watching our step-by-step guide to building API specification in MuleSoft. Hit the subscribe button for more deep dives and drop a comment below if you have any question.